what's up, everybody? Welcome to another installment of BrickWall Reviews. I'm Dave, and tonight I'm going to be continuing the BrickWall mystery series that I'm doing. I think this is actually the last one that's going to be done for the month. No, we got one more. No, this is the last one of the month. So, wow, I didn't expect that to happen so quickly. Well, I guess perfect way to end it off is with the little film called Death on the Nile. Before I get on with that review, I want to remind you guys, go ahead and hit that like button down below, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and also make sure that you guys check us out tomorrow night, Thursday night on Twitch. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. All links down in the description below. That's right. I got back to putting stuff in the descriptions. Let's see how long that lasts. Anyway, so Death on the Nile. So real quick, before I get into this review, I had absolutely no idea that this movie was a sequel. Yeah, that's right. This movie's a sequel to Murder on the Orient Express, which is a movie I actually have been wanting to watch. I haven't gotten around to watching it, and I thought I was going to be able to watch it this month, but I can't find it anywhere where I can stream it. So it's bygones be bygones. But jumping into this film as a sequel, it kind of works like Glass Onion to Knives Out, right? Like it's not a direct sequel; it's kind of just a continuation of the main detective character. Where in Knives Out it was LeBlanc, or whatever his name was. In this here film, the detective's name is Hercule Poirot, played by Kenneth Branagh. See, all these names I can't pronounce. Y'all already know what it is. But yeah, Hercule. I'm just gonna say Hercule. I know they call him by the last name, but I'm just gonna say Detective Hercule. Like I say, it's accessible. You kind of in the beginning, it kind of shows what I'm assuming is more of his backstory. I just thought it was a random way to start and introduce us to the character, but like I said, as I did my research on this film, I found out it was a sequel. This film, according to synopsis, follows Belgian sleuth Hercule, who was on an Egyptian who's on an Egyptian vacation aboard a glamorous river steamer, and it turns into a terrifying search for a murderer when a picture-perfect couple's idyllic honeymoon is tragically cut short. So why did this pop back up? So that's pretty much a good explanation about what it is that this movie's about. It's just someone got murdered on a boat during a honeymoon. This film stars an all-star cast. Kenneth Branagh, I can't say his name, who also directed this film too. So he's the director and the star. Armie Hammer, Gal Gadot, Annette Bening, Tom Bateman, Letitia Wright, Emma Mackey, who I'm going to tell you who I thought that was in a second. I'm going to tell you who I thought that was. Russell Brand is in this, which this was a really good. This is like I've never seen Russell Brand like this before. Ali Fazal, Rose Leslie, Sophie Okonedo, and Jennifer Saunders are all in this film. Let me see. Anybody else in this here listing that was an important character? No. So they're all in this film. Like I said, it's an all-star cast, like a lot of these mystery movies are. They have like big cast, a lot of good names to it. I'm gonna go right off the bat and say I did enjoy this film. The setup to it was very good. You follow Hercule. He's like I said in the description, he's on a vacation in Europe and not Europe, in Egypt. And he runs into an old friend, and then through a whole lot of other things happening, one of the characters gets murdered. So when that character gets murdered, of course, they're trying to figure out who did it, how it happened, who's the motivation. One thing I like about this particular, Hercule in particular, is that when he does his investigations, like he's like, all right, here's why you did it. Here was your motive. Here was your chance. Here's everything that could have happened, and this is why you did it. Or did you not? Like he comes at you with the facts. Like he can read you down, like, yo, this is why you did it. Like I just said, this is why you did it. This is where you were. This is your opportunity. All this and that and the other. And so that was really interesting. I did like that. It kind of like upped the suspense in some moments. Like all mystery movies, this one kind of starts off just a little teensy bit slow. But it didn't really bother me much because like I was able to kind of like keep up with everything that was going on. Unlike Amsterdam, where it's like kind of moved slow and then picked up a bit like towards like the last 20-30 minutes. This one kind of like stayed at, because you kind of get it does a thing where it kind of plays with because Gal Gadot's character is the one who gets killed. Okay, no spoiler, but spoiler. Gal Gadot's character is the one who gets killed, but like through the entire, like, kind of like after that little bit of the beginning setup, you kind of like are watching and you're like, oh, she's not comfortable around anyone. Like, oh, okay, because she even says so much, like she's not comfortable around anyone there. She thinks everyone's leeching off her for the money. So you kind of get to see like these different characters interact with her, and like nobody's like too suspicious, but it kind of feels like everyone has a different motive. But it's really interesting. I thought it was really interesting there. I'm gonna say this is the most predictable of the mystery films I've watched for this here series, especially comparing it to Glass Onion. This was really predictable. Like I was like, well, it was obviously this person, and you'll catch it too. Like it was obviously this guy, but they do really play with it. Like even at a point where like, oh no, that's obviously a fake out. Like that's obvious. He's obviously doing this, or this character obviously did that. There's a point where something goes missing. You're like, oh, this character obviously took it, and you kind of catch on to it. But then they do this, like they kind of like play with a little bit. They're like, or did he? Or did, oh darn it. Or did they do it? Or did this person do it? Did this person commit this crime? Was this person able to commit this crime? Like, are we really sure? And then they also give you another character, which is like, oh no, that's a red herring at this point. But the way they kind of, and you kind of can figure it out. Like it's not hard to figure it out. It's more so of the how did they pull it off. And then it's not even really a how did they pull it off. It's like, well, how many more people are involved in this? You know what I mean? Which thankfully is not so many people involved in it. It really is. It's more than one, but it's not a whole bunch of people. Like there's also a little bit of a twist in the movie too, where we find out that Hercule isn't necessarily there for the reason everyone thinks he's there. He's there for a completely different reason, a completely different mystery he's there for, which I thought was like really interesting. The performances in this was good. I did like Letitia Wright in this. I thought she was really good in this. I thought that her storyline was really good. Yeah, the storyline connection she had, the characters were good. Russell Brand. Okay, so Russell Brand was really a really subdued and subtle role, because we used to Russell Brand being the wacky British guy who does all the wacky British things and all the comedies. Sorry, everybody in Britain, I didn't mean that, but that's how Russell Brand is. But in this, he's like really quiet. He doesn't really have that much screen time, but like a lot of his screen time is him being like kind of like silent and subtle and giving a dramatic turn in performance, which is something I personally haven't seen from Russell Brand. So I thought that was really cool. I like this performance. And his character also is someone that you would suspect because of what the backgrounds they give on each of the characters. Is like, oh no, you obviously have a reason to take part in this. So like I said, you can figure out the main person who did it. That's really easy. But thinking about who could have been an accomplice, and if you're wrong about who you think did it, how does this person and what is their motivation? How did they do this? Like it's one part where it's like there's like a chase scene, and then like the person gets away, but then like everyone else is kind of like gets in a presentable position, and you're like, well, it couldn't have been you or you, but it could have been you, but it wouldn't have been you. And so it's like it kind of plays with that. So earlier I mentioned an actress in here who I thought, and it's a meme on Twitter where it kind of like has all these actresses lined up together, and it's like, no, they're in the same family. They have to be. Emma Mackey. Emma Mackey looks just like dang it, now I forgot how did I forget it? Margot Robbie. Exactly like Margot Robbie. And I thought that was Margot Robbie. And I was like, oh, cool, Margot Robbie's in this movie. That was not Margot. Because like the more I looked, I was like, that don't really look like her though. That don't really sound like her that much either. Is that Margot Robbie? Is that you? Oh, that's not you. That's not you. So, and then right now I'm looking at the cast. It's like, oh shit, that really wasn't her. So that was really interesting. Uh, just how similar they look. It's just really bizarre. But no, her performance in this was good. You really feel for her character. You kind of see how she could be a suspect, right? Matter of fact, you can see how she could be suspect number one if she's not already suspect number one on your list. So it's really cool. But then like the what they do with her character, I thought was really odd. And again, it feeds into a lot of like, well, I kind of think I know where this is going, but again, it kind of flips it on its head a little bit, so you won't really, you'll kind of still be surprised a little bit. But I definitely had a big old, I knew it at the end of the movie, but I was questioning myself though. At first, I was like, I know it, but I know it could not be you, but I knew it was you, but it wasn't. Like so, it does make you question back and forth. Uh, yeah, I mean, this movie. I didn't say when this movie came out. This movie came out actually last year. It came out. When was the release date exactly? February 11th of last year. 2022 rather. Just in case you're watching, it's like 2024 or something like that. But this came out February 11th, 2022. Like I said, it was directed by Kenneth, that guy. It is adapted from the book Death on the Nile. So was Murder on the Orient Express was adapted from a book, and they're actually making a third entry in this here series for Detective Hercule. And it's coming out this year. It's coming out in September this year. So I really would like to see that though, because this one is like I forgot what it's called. I don't know. I think it got something to do with a ghost. Hold on. I'm about to tell y'all what it is. A Haunting in Venice. So obviously it's going to take place in Venice. Venice, Italy, that is. So and it's an adaptation of Halloween Party, which is a book. So I mean, I'm not gonna say it got to do with ghosts or nothing like that, and I'm not gonna rush out to read the book right now just to catch up with the movie. I mean, I don't know, I might, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a ghost. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a ghost. I mean, I know it's not that simple, but just a man can dream. Yeah, and he'll be directing and starring as Detective Hercule as well in there. And that one's gonna have an all-star cast as well. So I'm excited to see it. This movie, I mean, we all know in 2022 is pandemic times. Still, theaters still kind of creeping back open and everything. But this got a box office of $45.6 million during the time when theaters wasn't really that, and that's versus yeah, the box office was $137.3 million. My bad, according to my source I'm reading, and the budget was $90 million. So, depending on how you look at it, it was a box office success. I don't know the numbers like that. This has a 62% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 6.3 out of 10 on IMDb. Me personally, I give it 4 stars. It was an enjoyable watch. If you like mystery movies, I do like mystery movies. That's why I did a whole month dedicated to mysteries. I mean, it's a good watch. It's a good watch. My only problem with it is that it's predictable. Like I said, it is pretty damn predictable. Like you will figure out who the murderer is before a murder is even committed. Like you'll figure it out. It's very obvious. But the lengths they go through to try to get you to think otherwise are very impressive, because it's like, well, wait a minute, you could have not done it. So it's mad interesting though. But then when you get to the final reveal, you're like, oh well, duh. like I knew that too. So like I said earlier, it's definitely a bunch of like I know, but it's just how they play with it that makes you kind of like second guess a few things. But yeah, like I said, a 4 out of 5 stars. It was good. I liked watching it. It's 2 hours and 7 minutes long. It doesn't slug around like Amsterdam did. Or Glass Onion for that matter. It kind of moves at a good pace. I did see some people say the beginning was a little slow. I don't really. I mean, it gives the setup. You know, in these mystery movies, you have to give a setup. You have to kind of throw. They do a lot of weird exposition. Like the one character's like, "Oh, you see that guy? He was doing that with that guy, and then that guy, and then that girl, and then that, and they did that, and they did that. But then she didn't like that because she was there, and she grew up in the houses over there across the street. But then she was doing that, and her mother, ever since then, she hated her." And then that guy right there. It's like, so there's like that weird exposition right there. But overall, like I said, it's a good movie. It's available now to stream on Hulu as well as HBO Max. I watched it on both platforms. Started watching it on Hulu, and then Hulu's kept bringing the ads because I have the ad program. I can't afford ad free. I'm sorry, I paw. But I watched it on HBO Max, no ads. Thank you until that goes away. But yeah, so now I watched it there, and watching it straight through without the ads was a little better. But no, it's a good movie though. It's a good movie. Check it out though. Death on the Nile. Check it out. So I should have had like a ongoing mystery during this month, right? I don't know, I guess, but well, it doesn't matter. We solved the mysteries of Mystery Month. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you. If you enjoyed this review, make sure you leave a like down below, comment, really helps out, and I would really appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Make sure you check us out on Twitch. All links to all my social media is down in the bio below, so make sure you follow me, check me out, all that good stuff. And next month is February, so that'll be Black History Month. And I already got one in the tuck. I'm ready for one of them. But no, I think I can't remember it now. I don't know. I got one in the tuck, but make sure you guys check out that. So we're gonna be going over some movies and stuff as always. But and check out BrickWall Anime. BrickWall Anime is back, so make sure you guys check that out. But until then, you guys take care, stay easy, stay breezy, and until next time, peace.